Well, we think of global development as including, and one of its central elements being global health. How do you invest in the health and well-being of people around the world? And that's where we've seen great leadership by Germany under Chancellor Merkel in recent years in areas like epidemic preparedness, in areas like supporting the Gavi Vaccine Alliance, which is the world's most important global group that helps vaccinate poor children. And that's helped save literally millions of lives. But we're still far short of where we could and should be. And particularly the area where we think Germany has the greatest potential right now is in some of the research and development, leading the search for new cures, treatments, diagnostics in diseases like malaria, tuberculosis, in preparation for new pandemics. So, as you say, we've been very pleased to see Germany step up, but we do think there's a lot more still to be done. Well, it's often counterintuitive because you think to do something effectively, it's easier to do it directly and implement. But in fact, when you build these cross-cutting partnerships that bring in philanthropists like us, governments like the government of Germany, multilateral agencies like the World Health Organization, what you're able to do is actually pool financing resources and knowledge. And by pooling that money, you can often drive down costs and effectiveness. So for example, again, using the vaccine example, by pooling the money, you can actually drive down costs of what pharmaceutical companies charge for new vaccines. And then you can build much bigger, more efficient distribution chains and linkages with primary healthcare systems that actually reach the poorest and those who need it most. So we find by pulling all these groups together in a framework, you can actually get the most out of all these different groups: civil society, the private sector, government, philanthropy. Well, the most important thing is helping developing countries get the tools themselves to drive their own development. We often think that development is somehow charity. It's not charity. It's about, these are governments that want to invest in their own people but often lack the resources, or are dealing with the worst impacts of climate change even though they did the least to contribute to it, if you're a smallholder farmer in Eastern Africa. And so providing tools and support that actually help indigenous local communities and governments build their own resources, I think that's the most important area for the future.